Back at Liverpool Airport, there's a problem with the Luton-bound service. The Friday night flight is now stuck in Amsterdam with a technical fault.
I've been told you've cancelled the flight back to Luton tonight.
We have 4 flights today.
It has been cancelled. It has been cancelled. End of story. It has been cancelled.
It's been cancelled.
Yeah. And you're going to bust us down to Luton, get in about 11:30 or something like that. I'll get home about 1 o'clock in the morning. It's really good. You can't just cancel flights. What's that going to do to your reputation?
These are my kids at home saying, "Where are you, Dad?"
So what are you trying to say to me? Do you want to speak to me?
Supervisor Leanne Chung and her team now have to face the anger of the stranded Luton-bound passengers.
Just ask for
I'm here to help me. You have to solve the problem.
I'm trying to help you, but what do you want me to say to you? You're asking me a question that I can't answer you. I'm telling you an answer.
I've got a car parked over there in Luton. I've got work to do tomorrow morning, okay? I relied on your service.
What do you want me to do for you?
Give me an answer. Positive
I haven't
answer.
got an answer for a coach time yet because I'm waiting for them to call me back.
Twice this week you've taken my money, and both times you have not provided me with the service that I've paid for, and I'm not willing to accept that because you are cheating me.
They do it all the time. You know, so now I've got a 4-hour coach journey home again. You know, one of those things.
Where am I going to stay tonight?
Nah, they will sort it out. If you go to the reservation desk, they will let you know. They will sort out your accommodation. You go down to that, and we sort it out about your flight tomorrow.
But just when new arrangements have been made for the passengers, Leanne has some astonishing news.
The flight is back on now.
Yeah, it's back on. The aircraft's being fixed in Amsterdam, and they said it's going to be leaving Amsterdam in about 45 minutes.
It's now back on.
EasyJet apologise for any inconvenience. These delays may cause passengers travelling on.
Everyone now has to cancel their plans and check back onto the reinstated flight, leaving staff almost as confused as the passengers.
Because first it was organising coaches, then we had to organise hotels, then it was taxis. We'd already organised quite a few before they decided to put the flight back on.
There's people outside that have already got a taxi to the hotel, so they don't even know the flight's taking off this evening.
You can't just phone up and cancel a flight just like that, and then half an hour later reinstate it and expect everybody to be fine about it. Just can't do that.
In Liverpool, the Luton passengers' ordeal is far from over. Their plane was due in at 10 o'clock. Now it's nearly 11, and there's still no sign of it.
Are you going to guarantee that that flight is going to be ready at 11:15, or am I going to be delayed for a 4th time? Have you got that guarantee? That's your latest, so what after that? Am I going to be onto the telephone to you again?
I don't care how long I sit here, just as long as I get on in one place.
Like a pantomime.
In Liverpool, the Luton flight has arrived. Better late than never. And the relieved passengers are finally allowed to board.
At last. At last. Good night.
For passengers and staff, hand luggage causes more arguments than almost anything else. But it's not always about size, it's also about what's inside. At Liverpool Airport, a woman who's flown in from Paris on her way to Malaga for a holiday has been pulled over by security.
In the, how do you say, with the case.
And this is the reason why.
This is the problem that he's very frightened, poor old cat, Koshka, and EasyJet doesn't like cats. Passengers too. I prefer to laugh.
Even though EasyJet doesn't allow any pets on any flight, Delphine Ramel thought nothing of smuggling Koshka on board as hand luggage.
I didn't saw on the internet, that the cats are forbidden. So I take it as a classic luggage. It's a cat, old cat.
It's an illegal import, basically, because she's got no papers, no passport, no nothing. She never declared the cat to anybody at the check-in. She didn't tell anyone anything about it.
In Paris, nobody told me anything for the cat, and I used to take my cat everywhere. And here they don't want a cat on the flight. It's horrible, horrible beast.
She may be laughing now, but for Koshka, the situation is about to take a turn for the worse.
I've had to call somebody. I've had to call somebody about your cat, right? And the cat now has to go into quarantine.
No. The cat must... Alors là, mais allez vous faire... Mais alors... Non mais ça va pas. Non mais vous êtes malade.
Delphine is having none of it. There's no way she's going to allow Koshka to go into quarantine. The easiest way out is to make a run for it, but Supervisor Leanne Chung is hot on Koshka's tail. In Liverpool Airport's car park, Delphine Ramel and her cat Koshka have been cornered by Supervisors Sarah Tier and Leanne Chung.
She was just like swearing at me in French and telling me to go away, basically. She's ran all the way up there. I mean, I don't know where she's going. She's got no car here, so I don't know where she thinks she's going, but she obviously just wants to get away because she doesn't want the cat to be taken off her.
Delphine has finally decided to turn herself in, but she's not about to come quietly.
Look at this! I'm a big terrorist with my cat! Look at it!
It's not
3 persons! Just for me, 3 persons for a cat! That's ridiculous!
Terrorism has got nothing to do with it.
That's grotesque!
You cannot bring a cat into this country.
Yes! I don't care what you say! That's too much today! Too much! You break my holidays! You break my case! And now you want to take my cat!
Do you have any documents?
Stop it!
Do you have any documents?
Do you understand?
Not while you're shouting now.
Yes, I should, because I'm fed up!
You shouldn't have brought the cat.
Fed up! Fed up! Fed up! Now I want to come back to France! And I will never come back here in Liverpool! Where are the taxis, please?
Despite the performance, Delphine and Koshka aren't going anywhere.
That cat could have anything. It could have brought anything into this country, and I don't think she realises how dangerous that is. She's put a lot of people in danger, and I don't think she fully understands what she's done. I think she just thinks that you can just put a cat in your handbag and take it anywhere, and you just can't do that, can you?
Leanne calls in experts from Mersey Port Health Authority. They'll have to take Koshka away.
Because what it is the lady's tried to leave the airport, you see, and we've had to get security to stop her.
I don't think she's going to be very pleased when this guy turns up to take the cat. I think she's going to be quite upset, to be honest. I think there'll be a couple of tears.
A health officer has arrived to talk with Delphine, who's now been confined with Koshka to the calmer surroundings of the airport prayer room.
The lady's going to have to pay for a cat to be taken back to France. It's either going to be taken by, the authorities back to France to ensure it gets there, or it goes into quarantine. She's got a choice of either.
Okay, easy, Jeff.
But neither option's going to be cheap, and it's still not clear who's to blame.
She said she showed it on check-in.
It seems it's all down to the airport staff in Paris, who allowed Koshka on the plane in the first place.
So we'll say, yeah, we're going to pay for it to go back.
Yes, in the room. They keep it until tomorrow, and they pay everything for me and for the cat and for the custom and for everything, and they will send me the cat by plane to Roissy tomorrow.
Delphine has had to sacrifice her holiday in Malaga to return to Paris and await Koshka's safe return.
There we go, come on. Come on, let's go in here.
Meanwhile, a reluctant Koshka is about to spend the first night of her holiday in the local kennel.
There's a good girl, there's a good girl.
It's half my fault, because I didn't saw it on the web. It was forbidden, and half them because they didn't see the cat.
In the airport in France, they allowed animals to travel on domestic flights. That's why it wasn't noticed at security. So obviously when the lady gets to Liverpool and she tried to go to Malaga, we've stopped it at security because in England we don't allow that. We don't allow cats just to go in the cabin with passengers.
As Delphine returns to France, one piece of hand luggage short, Koshka prepares for a lonely night away from her owner. And Koshka eventually made it home to Paris, this time flying as cargo.
Poor old cat.
In Luton Airport, Jane's dealing with another irate customer who just won't take no for an answer.
This load of here has taken away my battery from me.
Right, can we just calm down now? Because at this stage, if there's going to be like this, I'm not going to. You know, if you're going to be like that, so I don't even have to accept you for travel.
If these guys weren't here, I'd say something different. But
why would you say something different to me? I'm doing my job. There's no need to be rude. At the end of the day, I mean, it's a prohibited item on board an aircraft, as I say, whether it's in the hold or hand luggage. Where are you going?
Well,
right.
they won't take the battery.
We'll only be 30 seconds now.
I thought, you know, I was in there. I didn't know what to do, really.
Yeah, well.
And I know he might lose his temper, so...
No, he hasn't.
Has he got a nasty temper, has he?
No, he hasn't. No.
Has he been nice to you?
Has he?
I swore to Stelios he did. Or Stavros, whatever his name is.
You haven't?
Yeah, I know.
Is he really?
We can't take your battery,
I wrote a letter of complaint in before about EasyJet, you know.
Right, so let's get this paperwork filled out. We can get on the aeroplane. Off we go.
How dare he talk to me like that? I've never had anyone talk to me like that before. I was that close to me offloading him then because of his language, and he was so irate and angry. That close, all over the sake of a battery, which you can see quite clearly. We do not allow acid on board any part of the aircraft. Do you know, I should have smashed him over the bloody head with that battery.